Hello, hola, salam alaikum. It's an honor to be at Leap. It's an honor to be in Riyadh and to be in the kingdom. And what better way to celebrate this than to be with footballing royalty, Michel Salgado, a winner of 4 La Liga titles, a Champions League, and dozens of other trophies as well. Michel, an honor to have you.
No, the first thing is an honor for me to be in Riyadh, in Leap. It's amazing. I'm amazed with Saudi. I'm really amazed with Leap, with the kind of attendance that we have every single day. It's a shame that the people are a bit far from us because I want to make it, properly. But anyway, I'm really happy to be here and thank you so much.
Welcome to see you. It's great to see you here. People know you as a Real Madrid and Spain legend. Not a lot of people know that you've been in the Middle East almost for 10 years now. So for people, he moved from a sporting background, living in Europe, and has now been living in Dubai for 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
What's the secret to success in the Middle East?
Oof, difficult. The secret. Well, the first thing I have to say is that I got to know the Middle East since I was a Real Madrid player. So I spent every winter break in Dubai. When I was a Real Madrid player, I got to meet real people in there, and I saw the potential that the Middle East had, in the future. I think countries like UAE or Saudi are pushing every day to be better and to get the best out of the world, Diversity, potential business, now tech, entertainment. I think, they are leading the world right now. That's why I made the move, to move to the Middle East, and I started my business in there.
So a lot of people are here from abroad, a lot of international people. A lot of people think Saudi Arabia, UAE, they have a lot of money, it's easy. What do you say to that?
That's the problem. We were talking about the secret. It's not that easy. The people, they think that they come to the Middle East and just with a picture, you get the money from everybody. And it's not happening like that. They give you the chance, they give you the opportunity. They are making the business, in the world. But you need to be really, first of all, hardworking person. You need to be consistent. You need to be self-confident in everything you want, even when you are through a lot of bad moments. It's something like football, Getting there into professional is the most difficult thing. And then when you get there, keeping it in there, holding in there is even more difficult. And more or less it's quite the same. Middle East, they give you the opportunity, they give you everything, but in the end, you have to be the person to achieve it. You have to be the person to strive to be successful, So the secret is for me, passion, hardworking, and to be honest, be consistent and self-confident, and never give up.
Never give up. And these are lessons I'm sure you learned from football?
Sorry?
These are lessons you learned from your sporting life?
That's for sure, I was raised like all the players in my generation, most of the players in my generation. We came from really difficult backgrounds, By then, problems in the society were like heroin, So football, it was my salvation, and in the end, it was the way out, from that neighborhood. So the life is teaching you every single day. In this case, football gave me the opportunity, and now Middle East is giving me another opportunity, to keep going, not only with my business, with my dreams.
It's fantastic. It's great to hear. And as an Arab, I can say I think you're spot on in everything you say. Spot on. Let's talk about what you're doing business-wise. So I came to Dubai in 2013, I think.
Yes.
And you launched probably the most successful football academy in the Middle East. Do you want to talk a bit about the growth and the plans for that?
Yes, but by then it was an academy, a football academy. I came to open an academy in Dubai, and I can tell you, as you can see, there are a lot of academies in Dubai. Most of the people, they come in there and they think opening an academy is just only one day or the badge, of the name. Once you open the academy, you have to be in there every single day, taking care of your business. So to be honest, we were leaders for a long time, 5-6 years. And now I decided to go further. I think there is a big opportunity. There is a big opportunity in the UAE right now in terms of football, like in Saudi. I think there are a lot of things to do in the Middle East in terms of football. Football, the people, they have a passion for football.
Definitely.
A lot of passion, especially in Saudi. I was playing in here. I played in here different games. I saw the people, how they love football. But in the end, I think we can bring something different with our knowledge into the Middle East. So that's what I did in the last 2 years. I created a football club. For the first time, expats are allowed to have their own club. And we're going to show the federation, we're going to show the country that we can be sustainable as a club, that we don't need the money from the government, that we need to create the money from the sponsors, from the people getting involved in real football, the expats getting involved in football alongside, of course, the nationals. So there will be a lot of change of regulations. We are in second division now, top of the league, ready to go to the first division next year. And our long-term project is becoming a club in the Pro League, which it will be something massive.
Inshallah.
It's going to be an amazing story. And of course, in that path, of course, there will be setbacks for sure. But as I said, I'm ready for it. I will never give up. And you will see Fursan Hispania, inshallah, one day in the Pro League.
Inshallah. Soon, inshallah. So I want to just touch on something. We know each other. I know that every single day at 5 p.m., you are at your academy. It doesn't matter what.
My club.
Your club, sorry. And when you were focused on the academy only, you were still there every single day. And I would say as an Arab, that personal touch is so important in the Middle East. And I think you've adopted that.
I think it's important everywhere, but especially in the Middle East. You know, you can bring something to the people and to the families, to the kids. And for one day going in there with your name and announcing something really amazing, but in the end, if you don't work with it on a daily basis, families will not get your trust. Will get your trust for 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, but after that, and it's happening with all the academies, they will never get your real trust. Yeah. I'm always in there from 5 to 9. I'm not only there. I'm not in the office. I'm on the pitch. So I start with my under 6, I go with my under 10, I play with my under 14, I play with my under 19, and then I play with the first team as well. I train with them. I bring my knowledge, to my coaches as well, my experiences, and in the end, it's something that make our club special. As you are not I don't feel like the owner of the club. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like the owner of the academy. I feel like the father of the family. We try to be a family more than a club, and I can feel that when we are in our facilities with the parents and with the kids, and when we go abroad and compete. So for me, the main thing is the touch that you have in the business with your people.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter the business that you are in, the touch that you have with the people, the hard working, that they can see that they can trust you, that they can see that they can touch you, and they can see that in the end, they are part of your work.
So crucial in the Middle East, and I think you've smashed it, Michel. Well done. Let's move on to tech.
Yep.
You started your career, I won't say what year?
1994, 1995.
So he said it, good.
Football, there was not a technology.
There was no technology. Look at the world of football today. How has technology done good for football, and where do you think it still needs to
look
to
like I'm learning about technology. I think right now you can see a lot of youngsters being really massive, intelligent guys in terms of technology, taking over the world. Right now, for me, tech is taking over the world in all the areas. And of course, football is in there, Yeah. Now I know that everybody's talking about the VAR, but I can tell you something. I remember, the first time the fitness coach, it was like late 90s, early 2000, to be honest, when we won the second Champions League. The first time that a fitness coach came and told us, guys, you need to work the GPS. And we say, what for? What the hell is that? Don't give me that. I'm not going to train with that. So we were complaining, Figo, Zidane, Raúl, Roberto Carlos, don't put me, that. Then, little by little, we agreed to get it, during the training sessions. Then suddenly, we got into the friendly games. And then in the end, right now, if you go to modern football, it's part of the daily basis for the fitness coach. Even the players, they are the ones to go and ask the fitness coach
the stats.
And the data guys that they have right now, because most of the big clubs, they have a department of database, a big data, to ask, what happened with me? I think it's a big improvement. They are giving you data to know if you are okay, if you can be injured, if you need to push yourself during the training sessions, and even as a coach is a big tool. I was doing the pro license 2 years ago, 1 year and a half ago, in Spain with Raúl, 20 ex-players, Raúl, Xavi Alonso. Xavi was training and coaching in Qatar, and we were doing this license for three months. And one of the main subjects of the license, it was the big data. And you can imagine, because they show us how in the first division in Spain right now, they have all the stadiums ready with the big data, and all the clubs agreed to share all the big data to all the clubs during the weekends. So right now you go, as a big data, you go into the weekend after all the games, and you know everything, all the information about any player in the league or any team in the league. You can imagine the books
Absolutely.
that you have in there. So anyway, as a coach, you need to know how to deal with it, how important it can be for you to prepare a game, what percentage it can add to you when you prepare a game of football. But in the end, right now, big data is becoming
more and more present.
And technology is becoming massive into the football. And as a coach and as a player, you have to deal with it. You need to get the best out of it. You need to, maybe you can know you're a rival, and you have to face, in my case, it was Ronaldinho, it was Ryan Giggs and everything. I had no information. It's all about what I saw from him. But now you can know a lot about your opponent. You can know how many times he dribbles inside, how many times he dribbles outside, how many passes he receives, and who is the feeder for him. Yeah. The player is going to feed more into these players. So in the end, I think tech is becoming massive in football.
Absolutely, and you touch on something which was VAR.
Yeah,
which is
that's a difficult one.
Such a big topic these days. We asked this of Luis Figo a few days ago. What do you think of VAR? Is it being used well? What do we need to make better?
I think we are, for sure. I don't know what Figo said about it, because he's in UEFA actually, working in UEFA. But for me, we are old-fashioned. So I think with the VAR, maybe we can loosen the real touch of football, the old football, where in the end, after the weekend, there were a lot of arguments, in the bars and everything. Now the problem is, for me, the VAR is an amazing tool. What I mean is making less mistakes, of course, than in the past. It means if there were, during a weekend, 10 games, there were 20 mistakes from the referees, right now there will be 2, 3, 4. The problem is, most of them, they are massive.
Yes.
And they are affecting especially the big teams. As always, yeah? For me, it's an amazing tool. But for me, the problem is that it's not the technology, the mistaken thing. For me, it's the human beings that are dealing with the technology, the ones making the mistakes.
100%.
So it's unbelievable that the referees, when they have all this technology, they make mistakes that we can see just from 3 cameras. So I'm finding that we need to work on the professionals that are going to take care of this VAR technology. We need to teach them how to take care of the technology. And for me, one of the main things in VAR is, if in the VAR there are 4 people, which is former referees, or we need to add always 1
player,
ex-football player. Why? Because the problem with the handballs right now is becoming a massive problem. We don't know if it's a handball, if it's not, if there is intention, if there is no intention. Sometimes the referees, they don't have this touch that a footballer for sure is gonna tell you, yes, this is a handball for sure, because there is intention, because I was there, but I know how they did it. So I think for me, it's very important that they get involved, former players.
Completely agree. One of the issues that I have as a fan, you're a player, and as a spectator, if it's in the stadium or on TV, is we see a crazy decision, we see a referee go for 5 minutes, and we don't hear what the communication is. We do not understand what is going on. Why can we not hear communication between the referee and VAR so we can understand why a decision has been taken?
Yeah, that's one of the big points, and to be honest, you're right on it. I think what they are trying to protect is the privacy of the people making the decisions, and not putting more pressure on them. Why? Because if they know they're going to be listened, by millions and millions of people to make that decision, maybe that pressure is going to mount on them, So that can be the reason. I think fairly, we should, or the fans should be allowed to listen to
100%.
the people talking about the decision they're going to make and why they're going to make it. And maybe the fans will understand more those decisions. So it's something that they have to value. The people that are making the decision about the VAR, they have to put it in there and say, look, I think this is going to bring more clarity to the fans. And in the end, don't get it wrong, football is for the fans.
Absolutely.
Football is for the fans, and to be honest, the fans are the most important thing in football. Without fans, we had the perfect example in the COVID pandemic, when the players were playing without the fans. They felt like they were playing just friendly games.
Yep.
And I think by then, with the COVID, I think the players, they learned how important the fans are, and that they should take care of the fans. Maybe the players were so arrogant before pandemic, we didn't realize how important the fans are. But now I think, after pandemic, that
They got it.
yeah, they got it. So in the end, we need clarity for the fans. They are the ones that are the big part of this sport.
100%. Let's hope that happens. Michel, you're an advisor for the UAE Football Federation.
Yep.
But we are in Saudi. So I want to ask you a question about Saudi football.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia got to the last 16 of the World Cup, I think, in 1994. Famous goal by Said El Oweiran. Big country, crazy about football, a lot of talent. If you're allowed to, per your contract, can you tell us what you think Saudi need to do to continue performing at World Cups?
Well, it's complicated because right now they are really big, to be honest. I'm now advising the UAE, and we are on the other group, for the qualifying for the World Cup. And to be honest, now Saudi, they are doing already well. They are qualified for the World Cup over Japan and Australia, making a great group stage. So in the end, I think we cannot compare Saudi with the UAE right now. The attendance to the stadiums is massive. I think Al Nasser and Al Hilal, they have 60, 50,000 people on the pitch, and the passion in there, and the rivalry is unbelievable.
Yep.
So there are a lot of kids, and I was scouting in here in Saudi, for a show, and there are a lot of kids that they play football amazingly because, as I said, the population is really great. I think that what they have to do is, if I say something, I think the professional league is quite strong in Saudi, quite strong, and the national team is quite strong as well. I think if they can do something extra, and it's something where I'm involved, is investing money in the grassroots, investing money in the system, investing money in the coaches and license for the kids. For me, that's the real thing that is going to change generations. Whatever you have right now as a generation, you are going to improve it more. You can improve the next generation. So the main thing is that the clubs and the Saudi Federation, they can invest a little bit more in facilities for the kids and in grassroots.
Excellent, inshallah. You will be a judge in the next hour, I think, at the rocket fuel competition for startups. Is there anything you want to say? Excited about it?
Well, really excited about it, actually. I'm learning about this world right now. I got my little investments in there, and I'm really happy that we can as judges, and personally, that I can help people that are so intelligent, that have been working so hard, to show us what they got, and something that can change the future, something that can help humanity. And being part of it, and watching right now on live what they have is amazing for me. It's impressive. So I'm going to enjoy so much, and I wish them all the best. They are 14. It's going to take a long time. I don't know how they're going to do it to present it in only 3 minutes, but to be honest, I'm really impressed with the situation. I'm really amazed with the let's say the tournament. I always call it tournament, and I will be there judging for sure.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
We're excited to have you. Michel, thank you for your time. We'll see you again on stage in a few minutes. Great to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michel.
Thank you, guys.